everybody. Welcome to the Three Spurs Boys. There we go. This is our pregame show, and we got really, really big games tomorrow. Chris, how about you start us off?
We have our game, the Tottenham vs. Leicester, where Leicester are coming to our house, where they're going to get battered.
You think we're going to get a shot on tomorrow?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We also got other really big games tomorrow. Arsenal versus West Ham and Everton versus Chelsea. Stuff is going crazy at the top and the bottom of the table. I'm messing up my words here today. But we also got somebody special coming on. Now, before we get to that, our inconsistency actually has been the most consistent thing about us. Leicester, 3 games in a row. Tie. 1 against Roma, 1-1. 0-0 against Aston Villa, and 1-1 against Everton. Us, a loss and a tie. It's very, very inconsistent for both teams. Both teams are out of shape. Krish, do you think we're going to get a win tomorrow?
Actually, I said also on We Are Tottenham TV that I think we predict that we're going to lose 1-0.
No, get up. Get up. This is a one Spurs boy now with just Big K. Now, since our opinions, nobody cares about our opinions. We're going to bring on somebody really, really good, though. Krish, how about you tell the audience who we're bringing in?
So it's our second favorite person from Spurs Talk Show. Bugsy's first, but we couldn't get him on. So we have Sean Butler from Spurs Talk Show. It's game day!
How you guys doing?
We're good. How are you?
I'm good. I just want to practice that a little bit. One more time. Little K. I want to get a little bit more gravelly rather than like, it's gay. It's got to be, it's gay. You can hear that kind of like that gravelly noise in the throat. Kind of get a bit more scratchy.
I can't do that.
You've done it to me so many times. You can do the gravelly thing.
I can do it?
Yeah, you can do it.
It's game day.
There you go. There we go. Between the two of us, between the three of us, we can get a fantastic it's game day together. It's perfect. How are you guys? You good?
Wait, 1 sec. It's game day.
There
we go, guys. We can work on it. We're getting there. It's a really good first attempt. Well done.
Well, what do you think, Sean? Do you think that one team's gonna get a win tomorrow, or is it gonna be a draw?
I don't think it will be a draw. I think it will be one of those games where it really depends on what this is. Obvious thing to say. It depends on the two teams that come out. I think that it depends on what side Tottenham pick. If they're going to decide to stick with what they did in the last 2 games and hope that Leicester come out and play aggressive football and attacking football against us, which is what you would expect from Leicester. They generally are a team that like to push forward and to be, offensively minded. And so if they do that, then I think that it helps Tottenham. I think the game will be quite expansive and open up. And I think then you might see a lot of goals. I'd be surprised if it's a draw. But there's the other chance that Leicester may, because they're worried about their game on Thursday, the second leg of their Conference League semi-final against Roma, they may rest some of their key players. And if they do that, then they'll probably be more defensive. And so it depends on the two teams, guys. But either way, I don't expect it to be a boring game, and I don't expect it to be a draw. I expect one of the teams to win, and I'm hopeful it's going to be Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You said we're going to lose.
Yeah, but I think we're going to lose. Doesn't mean I don't have hope that we're going to win.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's go. That's good.
Why did you think Leicester were going to win?
Because we have 0 shots on target in 2 games.
That's true. That is true.
2 games.
Yeah, I hear you. I do hear you. Yeah. It's scary how bad we've been with the shooting, huh? It's bad. But hopefully we can turn it around tomorrow.
Hopefully.
What do you think Conte could do to
Wrong question. Do you think we're gonna get a shot on target tomorrow?
Oh.
That is literally. That's a more deep question that we asked me at the end. All right, now let's go.
I think we'll get a go. I think we'll have more than one shot on target. And like I said, I think it all depends on what Leicester team they put out and how they play. But if it's the same Leicester as you would normally expect to see, then they're not a team that's going to try and play against Tottenham the way that Brentford did and Brighton did, which is to kind of suffocate our midfield and press us. So if Leicester play their football and try and score goals and try and win, then it should open the game up. And if it does, then of course you've got Harry Kane and Sonny who always score against Leicester. So we should have more than 0 shots on target tomorrow, guys.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I agree.
Please. Now we know that Reguilon is out for the game, right?
Yeah, he's injured. He's injured again. Yeah,
injured again. But perhaps he wasn't injured. Yeah. Based on our last 2 performances, who would you rather have in the left wing back position, Reguilon or Sessegnon?
It's a tough one, buddy. It's a tough one. I don't think there's much difference between the 2 players in terms of what they offer to Tottenham. There's a little bit of difference in how they play, but who's better or who's worse? I think they're pretty similar. I think that Conte likes and prefers Sessegnon over Reguilon. So, if you were to ask him this question, I think he'd be happier that Reguilon's injured than Sessegnon. I think he has more faith in Sessegnon. I'm not sure I agree. I personally probably rather have Reguilon than Sessegnon. I think that Reguilon offers a little bit of pace. And I think he offers a bit more going forward than Sessegnon does. And so I'm a little bit sad that Sessegnon is the only choice we have at left wing back. But at least we have a choice at left wing back. At right wing back, we don't really have much of a choice. So I'd rather, at least we have someone. And I think Sessegnon will do a good job tomorrow. So we should be okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Would you rather have Sessegnon or Reguilon?
I'd rather have Sessegnon because he's a lot better at defending than Reguilon is. But Reguilon is a better at attacking wise.
Yeah.
I agree. I would just prefer Reguilon because of defending.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Sessegnon. Yeah, Sessegnon.
If we were playing FIFA right now, I'd say Sessegnon. But Reguilon gets in those positions. He runs, he passes, but he just can't shoot.
Yeah, he can't shoot.
Save his life.
He can't shoot. Yeah, he can't cross really either. There's not much he can do. They can get forward and they can be like an extra body up front, but they're not very good with the things that they're supposed
his crosses are.
Yeah, they're average, right?
They're better than Emerson's.
Certainly better than Emerson's. Yeah, I'm guessing we're going to talk about him in a moment. I'm sure.
Do you think we'll have any changes in our starting 11 other than Sessegnon coming in?
It's a great question. We've been talking about this all week on my channel. I want there to be changes other than Sessegnon. I'm so fed up of us putting out the same team and expecting a different result. I just don't think Emerson Royale is good enough. I don't like to say he's a bad player. I'm sure he could, do good things somewhere else or with a different formation. Maybe he'd be a good enough player to fit. But unfortunately, at Tottenham at the moment, for the team that we have, for the style of football that we play, he's not a good enough player. So I'd like Conte to try something different. Now, what that different looks like, there's a few options, guys, right? We could maybe try Kulusevski at right wing back, which I think is the most likely. If it's not Emerson, I think it will probably be Kulusevski. But if you put Kulusevski at right wing back, then you don't have Kulusevski up front, where we like on the right of a 3 next to Sonny and Harry Kane. And that's a problem. So if it's not Kulusevski, I would like to see Bergwijn maybe, or even Lucas Moura play at right wing back. I don't think that the youngsters, I don't think that the 2 kids, one of them is Lavenier and the other one is Pescozzi. I don't think they're ready yet. So that's too much risk to play them at right wing back.
Yeah.
So if it's not Emerson, I would probably prefer it to be Steven Bergwijn or Kulusevski to step in and play right wing back. That's what I'm hoping for. but I don't think it will happen. I think, like you guys said, I think you'll see the same team as we saw last week, and hopefully we just have a better result. But for me, I'm not and apart from the right wing back, everybody else, I'm happy to stay as they are. But at right wing back, there's some worries there for sure.
Yeah, it's just that we sacked more managers than we probably sold players. Like, we're bringing in managers left, right, and center, and then they're bringing in players, and then they use that formation. Then 2 months later, like Nuno, bam, sacked. Bring in what? We brought in Conte as soon as Nuno. Completely different in formation.
That's correct. Yeah.
Like before, they're playing 4 at the back, where Emerson had to defend basically and get the ball up.
Yep.
To make a run. Now Emerson's all he's doing is running up and down, which completely changes the formation. Emerson's used to playing right back, not right wing back.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
What is effectively screwing him over.
Yeah, that's why I feel a little bit sad for him, because everybody, like, everyone in the Tottenham community, like us, we criticize him a lot. We say he's not good enough, but we're not. He's being asked to play in a position that is not what he was signed for. Like to your point, Big K, he was signed as a right back, which is a very different position to a right wing back. It sounds similar, but it's very, very different. Yeah. And so I feel a little bit sorry for him, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And, maybe next time, if Conte leaves, the next manager that comes in, he needs to be someone that plays the same kind of formation so that we can buy players that fit the roles that we need them to, rather than moving players out of position just to suit the new manager.
Yeah, it's just crazy though. Kane and Son, so many managers coming in and out, yet they do phenomenal. Whoever they're under, manager tells them to drop back, they drop back, do phenomenal. Manager tells them to go completely up, still phenomenal. Crazy.
Yeah, I just think with those particular two players, we've been blessed with two of the best footballers, or two of the top 5 footballers in the world in their position. And so when you're dealing with those kind of level players, they can adapt. It doesn't matter who they're playing for or what they're doing, they're always going to be world class. I don't think you can say the same for everybody else in the Tottenham team.
Yeah.
They're just not good enough to be able to move into positions that they weren't trained to play in necessarily.
Yeah.
I think Vardy's back. Yeah. From injury.
I think
Vardy's back from injury. Who do you think we should look out for now that Vardy's back from injury against Leicester?
Well, if he plays, definitely he's going to be trouble. I think that it depends on the team that comes out, but I think you have to always be worried about Maddison in the kind of midfield, or in the Kulusevski kind of role. I think Harvey Barnes is also someone that's incredibly dangerous. Dewsbury Hall is another guy that can run rings around most players. So they're the 3 obvious names in the kind of forward line that if they are playing tomorrow, and they may not be because they have this big game on Thursday. The Leicester manager Brendan Rodgers may decide to rest a few players.
Yeah, so let's hope not.
Let's hope not. But if those players are playing, then they're the big risks. And the other players that you should probably watch out for, if James Justin is playing at right back for Leicester, he's a wonderful player, a really good player, and he might give Sessegnon a lot of problems tomorrow. So they're the names that I'd watch out for, guys.
Yeah.
Now, do you think we're gonna bounce back from these two, 1 draw, 1 loss, and 0 shots on target in 2 games in a row? 2 games in a row.
Yeah, I do, little K. I think that we have to, right? It's not about will we, won't we? We have to. If we don't, if we do something similar to what we did against Brentford or Brighton, then the top 4 chances are looking very, very poor, and it's hanging by a thread. So I think it's a good game for us to bounce back. It's a good opportunity that the team we're playing allows us to bounce back because of the way that they play football. It suits Tottenham, similar to like a Liverpool or a Manchester City. Leicester play their game, and it's quite offensive and quite attacking. And so that will suit us, but they're not obviously as good as Liverpool, not as good as Manchester City. So I hope that they play their game, allow us to play our game, and then hopefully on the day our players are better than theirs. And I think it will be a good game, guys. I think it will be a high-scoring game. I know you're not allowed to bet, but if you were betting, you should have a bet on lots of goals, because I think tomorrow will be there'll be lots of goals. It'll be a really good game to watch. Are you guys going down the pub to watch it tomorrow?
No, I don't think
Probably not.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, that's a shame. No.
Yeah, because it's at 9 a.m. here.
Oh, of course, it won't be open.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's too early for the pub. Fair enough.
Yeah, because I think the pub opens at 11, right? 11 or 10:30.
I'm not sure. I've only been there a few times.
Bro. Really? Come on.
It's good. Stay away from the pub. It's a dangerous place to be anyway.
Okay. Who do you think is gonna shine on our team?
Well, I'm hoping that Kulusevski has a really good game, and obviously we want Harry Kane and Sonny to step up and to do better. But I think more important as an individual to have a better game. I think we need a really, really strong game from Bentancur, because I think Bentancur was really poor. He was really bad against Brighton and against Brentford. And if he's not playing well, it makes it difficult to get the ball up to the front three. So for me, I'd like to see a better game from Bentancur. And if he has a better game, then it will allow the ball to get forward. And then I just think that Sonny and Kane will be too strong, too good for the Leicester defense. So a lot is riding on how Rodrigo Bentancur starts the game tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there have been rumors going on about Conte going to PSG and Pochettino coming back to Spurs. What do you have to say about that? What do you think about that?
I think, as much as Antonio Conte's come out and said this week in the press conference that it's fake news and not to worry about it, I think that there's no smoke without fire, and I think that there's probably something happening in the background. I don't necessarily think he would go to Paris Saint-Germain, but I do think he's using the moment, he's using the news to be able to put more pressure on Daniel Levy, to say to him, make sure that you put out the checkbook and you pay for some good players, some great players in the summer. So I don't like the noise. I don't like it. I wish Antonio Conte would come out and say categorically he's staying at Tottenham, this season, next season. His contract isn't until the end of next season. So I wish he would just come out and say, stop with the noise. I'm staying at Tottenham. He doesn't do that. He goes a little bit. He says it's fake news and I'm focused right now. But then just as he could stop speaking then, but he doesn't. He then gives always one more sentence where he says, oh, well, then we're going to sit down and see what happens in the summer and figure out what's best. And I think every time he speaks about it, he leaves a little bit of room for journalists and people like us to read between the lines and to try and figure out what does he really mean. And so I would like him to just like cut any of the noise about him leaving, but he doesn't. He always leaves a little bit of room open for it, and it's annoying for me. So I don't think it helps the situation. I don't think it helps the players. So yeah, I don't like it, guys, but I'm hopeful that he'll still be there next season with Tottenham.
Hopefully. Now, what if it were to happen? What would you think about it? Would you say that we'd still get top four, or do you think Tottenham would go?
Well, I don't think he'll leave before the end of the season anyway. So I think that the top four this year will be decided before he leaves. If he leaves, if he left in the summer, I think it would be really bad. I feel like it would be incredibly disruptive. I think a lot of the key players might choose to start to look elsewhere. Harry Kane would probably want to go. And I don't really know which manager we could bring in that would be seen as anything other than a backward step. When you've had Conte, who's one of the best in the world, there's not many managers out there that are at his level, and none of them would come to Tottenham. So if he leaves, I think it would be really bad for Tottenham. And whoever comes in next would be I don't think he'd be walking into a particularly nice environment. I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
What do you guys think? Would you do you want Conte? Do you think Conte might leave, or do you think he'll stay forever?
I hope to God not. I really hope not.
I want him to stay, and I don't think he will leave, because I don't think he'll want to miss a Champions League top 4 spot opportunity. So that's why I don't think he'll leave. Maybe if we don't get in top 4, he might leave, but if we do have the chance to, I don't think he will.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right.
Well, if he does end up leaving, let's just hope Jurgen Klopp is like a Tottenham fan and decides to quit his job at Liverpool.
Yeah, hopefully, hope so.
Or Thomas Tuchel, decides, hey, I'm done with the Chelsea stuff, straight to Tottenham.
Yeah. I'm not that. I don't like Thomas Tuchel that much. I wouldn't like Thomas Tuchel at Tottenham. I don't think he's as good as everyone thinks he is. Myself.
He's a little bit over the top, but
yeah.
He did win Chelsea a Champions League.
That's true. He did.
Low.
He did. Yeah, you can't knock that.
Yeah. Let's get right into score predictions. Well, before we get to the best, let's start with the worst, because I'm second.
You already know my score prediction.
Oh yeah, 1-0. Man, I thought it would have changed.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna change it. 5-4 Tottenham.
Oh, there you go. That's a good game. That'd be a great game to watch. I'm excited about that one.
I'd love to watch that.
What do you think, Big K? What's your score?
If we get a shot on target, 3-1. If not, probably 0-0.
Okay. I've actually gone for 3-1. I'm like you. I think 3-1 is the right result. I think the stats said that over the last 6 games that Tottenham have played Leicester, we've won 4, they've won 2.
Yeah.
But on average, there's 3.85 goals per game. So it's usually a high-scoring game. So I'm going to say I'm not quite as confident as Little K. 5-4. That sounds like a monster. But I'm going to go with you, Big K, and say 3-1.
Yeah.
And I think Harry Kane will score 1. I think Sonny will score 2. And I think Harry Kane will get 2 assists, and Kulusevski will get 1 assist.
Hey. All right, now 5 goals. Who do you think is going to score for you? Because Harry Kane 4 goals, Son 1.
No, I don't know if you guys know, but Son's my favorite player, so I'm obviously gonna go with Son hat-trick, and Kane on the double, and Kane with 3 assists and Son with 2 assists.
Wow!
Oh.
Wow! That would be amazing.
Yeah,
I'd like that. That'd be a great game as well. Let's hope so. Let's hope so, guys.
Yeah. Well, before we get on to the conclusion, I think Son's gonna score a hat-trick, Kane with 2 assists, and Kulusevski with 1 assist.
Wow.
And Emerson's going to have the game of his life.
Yeah, that would be great, right? That would silence a few critics. Yeah, that would be fantastic. I would love Emerson to have the game of his life.
Yeah.
Because, he's getting a lot of pressure. I'm sure he's aware of it. I'm sure he looks at social media, right? And reads all the things that people say about him. So it'd be fantastic if he could put in a fantastic performance and silence some of those critics. But yeah, that'd be great.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Well, thank you for having us on the show. Thank you for coming on to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Hold on. Thank you for coming on to our show. There we go.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I love what you're doing. I love your channel. I think it's extra special. You guys have got such a great relationship, and with your dad as well. Keep going, doing what you're doing, and much love to the whole family. I think you guys are going to be superstars in the Tottenham. Well, you already are, but you'll be superstars very soon.
Thank you.
Okay, now tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me at Spurs Talk Show, which is all one word. Spurs Talk Show on YouTube, and if people are interested on Instagram and Twitter, but Spurs Talk Show is on the YouTube channel where I walk my dog every day. Your favorite part of the team, apparently. And myself and the dog Bugsy go out for walks every day, and we talk about Tottenham, and then 3 or 4 times a week, I do shows just like this where we talk about all things, whatever's happening in the news and previews of the game and all that stuff. So, find me over there. You guys should come on at some point.
Yeah,
we should.
Love that. Would love that.
Remember, guys, go like and subscribe.
Like and
Spurs
subscribe,
Talk Show.
everybody.
To Spurs Talk Show.
To Spurs Talk Show. podcast.
And to us. Wait, no, we say that at the end. Thank you for coming on. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks,
for
guys.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming and
That
joining
was
us
a-
today.
That
I
was a
remember
really
today
fun
is
stream.
remember, guys. Today is to do.
So go for it.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. We sang in France, we sang in Spain, we sing in the sun and we sing in the rain. They tried to stop us, but look what they did. The thing we love most is being a kid, being a kid, being a kid. The thing we love most is being a kid.
Come on, you Spurs.
Make sure to like and subscribe.